As the conflict rages in Sudan, a war of words has erupted ahead of the Karnataka elections. It all started with former Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who hit out at the central government, saying 30 people from Karnataka belonging to the Hakki-Bikki tribe are stranded without food and shelter, adding that the government is yet to initiate action to bring them back. External Affairs Minister Dr. S Jaishankar hit back at the Congress leader. He tweeted, and I quote him, "Simply appalled at your tweet. There are lives at stake, don't do politics." Since the fighting started on April 14, the Embassy of India has been continuously in touch with Indian nationals. Congress leaders Siddaramaiah and Shashi Tharoor also jumped into this Twitter battle and called Jaishankar's response appalling. While BJP's Tejasvi Surya also called out the Congress and said the centre does not need rescue mission lessons. The centre has maintained that it is closely monitoring the situation in Sudan, which is a developing situation, while ensuring the safety of its nationals. However, as they await rescue, this is becoming a hot button issue in the pole-bound state of Karnataka as the relatives of the stranded Kannadigas appeal for aid.
खाने से मर रहे हैं बच्चे, बाल बच्चे मर रहे हैं। हमको क्या भी करना, मदद कर रहा, क्या भी मदद करना हमको। इंडियन भेजना।
Central government should put every effort to see that they come back immediately and do it on a war footing, because there's a lot of tension, a lot of pressure on these families. They're worried. Hope that the central government will step in a much more aggressive manner and get those people back.
Enough, this Congress people, they had made India weak. They had made Indians helpless. What may happen to any Indian anywhere during their rule, they were not in a position to reach out to any person.
And let me go straight to Shivanand and his family who's joining us live from Sudan. Shivanand जी, आपके साथ कितने लोग हैं और आप लोग किस जगह पर फंसे हुए हैं?
मैडम, यहाँ पे 89 मेंबर्स हम फंसे हुए हैं एक होटल पे, और दूसरे होटल पे 50 लोग हैं, और मीनाबरी करके एक एरिया में वहाँ पे भी 50 लोग हैं। अभी जो आपने बात किया होगा नंदा कुमार, और यहाँ पे अल्फा शहर में भी लोग हैं, अल्फा शहर करके सिटी में भी और भी लोग फंसे हुए हैं वहाँ पे, प्रभु करके, नंदीशा करके वहाँ पे, और सभी जहाँ जहाँ पे फंसे हुए हैं पूरा यहाँ सिटी से बाहर है। लेकिन हम जो है यहाँ पे
कैपिटल सिटी में
400-500 लोग तो यहाँ पे मौजूद हैं यहाँ पे सिटी के अंदर। होटल में है अभी 89 पीपल से।
बाबूजी खाना नहीं बिजली। मैडम
बोलिए।
खाना भी नहीं, सुबह से खाना नहीं, पानी मिल गया है, खाना नहीं, 3 दिन खाना खाओगा, 3 दिन होगा, 3 दिन खाना चलेगा, पानी नहीं, पीने को पानी नहीं है।
खाना नहीं, पीने को पानी नहीं। आपने एम्बेसी से कुछ सुना है? उन्होंने कुछ बोला है?
मैडम, इंडियन एम्बेसी तो कुछ बात ही नहीं कर रहा है मैडम। तो उन्होंने बस एक व्हाट्सएप पे ग्रुप बनाए, 3 ग्रुप बनाए हुआ है, उसमें मैसेज करते हैं बस। मैसेज किया है, लेकिन मैसेज और जो पार्टिसिपेट है वहाँ ग्रुप में कोई मैसेज नहीं कर सकता है। और हम उसमें नंबर दे रहे हैं, नंबर कांटेक्ट करके बात कर रहे हैं मैडम। 2 दिन बाद बात किया है, उन लोग कहते हैं बस आप रूम में रहिए, बाहर मत निकलिए।
सो आपका कहना है कि एम्बेसी ने कांटेक्ट किया है लेकिन कोई हेल्प नहीं आया है?
मैडम 4-5 दिन हो गया खाना खा के
पेशेंट है मैडम, ये आप शुगर पेशेंट, डायबिटीज के
बहुत पेशेंट
पेशेंट
है।
है,
बहुत
टैबलेट
पेशेंट
नहीं
है।
है इनके पास।
कुछ नहीं है हमारे पास, अस्पताल जाने का पैसा नहीं है, अस्पताल भी बंद है, पूरा बंद बंद हो
बिल्कुल ही
गया
नहीं,
है।
बीपी शुगर है हमको।
दुकान में चावल लेना था, दुकानें भी बंद है, और बाहर जाने से सब गोली मार रहा है और डर के ऊपर ही पड़ा है।
तो आपको एम्बेसी क्या कह रही है, कब तक आप लोग को निकाल पाएंगे वो लोग?
एम्बेसी वाले कोई कांटेक्ट नहीं कर रहे मैडम, बस मैसेज करते हैं, मैसेज पे कांटेक्ट कर रहे हैं। लेकिन हमारा भी जो क्या हुआ है, हमें आगे आके यहाँ पे 3 मंथ हुआ है मैडम, इतना सिटी में उतना परिचय नहीं है यहाँ पे। एम्बेसी भी एक बार भी कांटेक्ट नहीं किया था हमने। और यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, हमारा जो वीजा के लिए 1 ईयर वीजा के लिए अप्लाई कर दिया था, हमारा पासपोर्ट 20-25 लोगों का पासपोर्ट वहीं पे है मैडम, एम्बेसी इमिग्रेशन ऑफिस में है मैडम, यहाँ का सुडानी इमिग्रेशन ऑफिस में ही है।
कर्नाटका की कांग्रेस के पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री हैं सिद्धारमैया जी, उन्होंने ये इशू रेस किया है और उसके बाद पॉलिटिक्स शुरू हो गई है। आपने इसके बारे में कभी कुछ सुना है अभी तक?
नहीं मैडम, हम तो अभी यहाँ के जो सिचुएशन को ही रिकवर नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो हमने न्यूज देखना भी छोड़ दिया है मैडम। यहाँ पे करंट नहीं है, बिजली नहीं है और पानी की व्यवस्था नहीं है, सुविधा नहीं है। हमें अभी जो चार्जिंग करके आया हूँ मैं, अभी 15% चार्जिंग है मैडम मेरे फोन में भी। अभी खत्म हो गया तो किससे कांटेक्ट करना, क्या कैसे करना, कुछ आइडिया ही नहीं आ रहा है मैडम। नीचे नहीं जा रहे हैं हम।
शिवान जी, मैं होप करती हूँ कि जल्दी से जल्दी आपको वहां से बाहर निकाल करके आप अपने घर वापस आ जाएं। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर टाइम. Let me bring in my guests. GS Prashant is Karnataka BJP spokesperson. Dhruv Jati is Karnataka Congress spokesperson. We also have T.R. Prasad Gowda, JDS leader. GS Prashant, the battle is heating up in Karnataka, and can everything be seen as pure politics?
Maria, look what's happening here. People are stranded, and Siddaramaiah, D.K. Shivkumar and others are trying to politicize the issue here, because we must remember, even during the Russia-Ukraine war, India was one country which spoke to the warring countries, ensured that all the Indian children who were struck in Ukraine during the war crisis with Russia were brought back. So therefore, as our External Affairs Minister has rightly put it across, there is no need to politicize this issue. We need to look at it from a human angle. We have to ensure that justice is delivered to them, and the government will do all that it takes to get it back.
I'm in complete agreement with you when you say this is a human issue. Then what is wrong in a public representative, a former chief minister, sending a tweet or an SOS to the External Affairs Minister? Why should it leave the External Affairs Minister fuming and then he responding like I am appalled and everything? What is so appalling about his tweet?
Maria, look at the intent behind an action you have to be looked into.
Okay,
whenever
intent.
Siddaramaiah has to do this, we knew that what was happening. So keeping the elections in mind and trying to politicize a issue which had to be looked at with humanity, Congress is trying to instill fear in the minds of people and divide people based on this.
Here is External Affairs Minister saying clearly that he has been in touch with the Indian embassy in Sudan. They are in turn in touch with all these people, Mr. Dhruv ji, and it has been going on for the last 1 week. Why did Siddaramaiah raise it today? Shouldn't it be seen, isn't the BJP right in saying that there is a larger political game plan here at play?
Maria, let me read out Siddaramaiah ji's tweet to you, because I don't think the BJP has the capability of comprehending such a simple tweet. It is reported that 31 people from Karnataka belonging to Hakki Pikki tribe are stranded in Sudan, which is troubled by civil war. All he did after that was urge the government to immediately open diplomatic relations with international agencies to bring back the Hakki Pikki tribe. If it wasn't for Siddaramaiah ji initiating this tweet, do you think we would have even been having this discussion? Do you think that the Indians stuck in Sudan would have been given a voice on your channel to speak about it? Did Siddaramaiah politicize it? Clearly no. He's asked just for the government to intervene with it. But the Bharatiya Janata Party finds that appalling. How is that appalling? And before I say anything, I think it's important that we recognize...
The question is, yes, I mean, the choice of words may have been different if it was just an SOS, but because it is a poll-bound state, and we realize that just about every political party is not leaving any stone unturned, then a human issue, a human interest issue becomes a political issue.
Not really. Not really. It's a human interest issue. We have Kannadigas who are stuck over there at this point of time. And as a former chief minister and as somebody who belongs to Mysore, in which the Hakki Pikki tribe are in large numbers, he has every right to raise it. Why doesn't he have a right to raise it?
Okay.
It is a human issue, and the Congress party clearly sympathizes with it. And it's clearly seen that the Bharatiya Janata Party, whether it was the Vande Bharat mission, etc., they all went to commercialize it, bring back Indians. There was a PM Cares fund that was set up, zero transparency about it. What happened to the Indian Community Welfare Fund that was set up? Nobody has any idea about where the funds are being used.
Prasad Gowda, who is politicizing this entire issue? Mr. Gowda? Yes, if you can hear me. Can you hear me, sir? Okay, can you hear me, Mr. Gowda?
Yes, madam. Yes.
Who is politicizing this entire evacuation issue, according to you and your party?
I didn't. There was a problem with audio. Can you please repeat the question?
Yes, I want to know for the JDS who is politicizing this entire evacuation issue of Kannadigas who are stuck in Sudan.
See, as a matter of fact, it is the first priority should be given to the people who stuck there, and let them. We wish they should be evacuated very safely. Kannadigas should be safely evacuated from the place, and they should be brought to the country, our motherland, safely. The politicization is a secondary issue, but our priority is the safety of the people. And we wish, when it comes to the national issue...
So then in that case, are you of the opinion that Mr. Siddaramaiah's tweet was politicizing this issue?
No, that is their point of view. Our point of view is let the country should take care of our people first.
Yes.
So
will you be sending a similar SOS to External Affairs Minister then? Will Mr. Kumaraswamy or Mr. Deve Gowda or any of the party leaders be seeking help the manner in which Mr. Siddaramaiah did?
Madam, I told you initially, it is their point of view. Our point of view is different. Our point of view is whatever happened in Sudan. Nobody expected it. It has happened. Our priority is let government intervene and take care of our people first. And the safety of our people is most important. They have to. They need to be evacuated very safely. Then we will talk about politics. Let's not mix the safety of our people with the politics. Their point of view is different. Our point of view is different.
Okay, so the point of view is essentially that Mr. Siddaramaiah, according to you, is doing politics. Dhruv Jati?
No, not at all. All Siddaramaiah ji spoke about was requesting them to act according to the duty of care. All he spoke about was requesting the ministers of external affairs to act upon bringing these Indians back. How is that political in any way? It's not political. It's just a human request. What's wrong in a request? I think the BJP.
But Dhruv, the question is also that we have seen how the government of India carried out that entire operation for evacuation of all the Indians who were stuck when the war began in Ukraine. We saw how proactive the government was. It sent ministers to ensure that the Indian students are evacuated. So, in a way, you're questioning the sincerity of a government which keeps its own citizens' safety on top priority.
Maria, firstly, I think again we're interpreting it wrong. All Siddaramaiah ji spoke about was a tribe that was in Sudan and about requesting the government to open diplomatic discussions with international agencies. All right. Second, you're speaking about a government that charged and made, the evacuation process a whole commercial sort of a agenda for those during COVID. How do you expect us to, acknowledge such a thing? You speak about a government like that was under Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, not too far away from Sudan, an Operation Sukoon, which took place in Libya, where we not only evacuated Indians, but also Lankans and Nepalese, close to about 11,000 people that were stranded at that point of time. That's what we need to remember at this point of time. And I don't think there's anything that's political about this. It's just BJP's reaction about how they're losing Karnataka at this point of time, and how this double engine is nothing but close to a propeller plane that has no pilot at this point of time, and the High Command has no idea on who they want to, drive the entire state with.
All right. T.R. Prasad Gowda, Dhruv Jati and G.S. Prashant, thank you so much for your time. We are slipping into a short break.